Hello and welcome. This is the Kari Fell Studio Show, and we here are showing you how to dye. This is the Kari Fell Studio Show. Anyway, here we are, not live from Kari Fell Studio. Today, I'm going to choose some mystery colors for my mom. The first one is light bright blue. The second one is dark chestnut. Dark charcoal. The fourth one is light blue spruce. Wow! I'm there. What?
Tell them what you're doing.
Now, here is the yarn in the pot. You put in the dye, which in this case was light bright blue and what?
We won't be putting the dye in that pot. Right now
dye?
you're soaking the yarn.
Right. We're soaking the yarn. I knew that. You're not whispering to me instructions to me. Anyway, in that pot, is there dye in that pot? This pot. I knew that. There is going to be dark charcoal, dark chestnut, light bright blue, and last but definitely not least, light bright spruce. Do you want to know how this turns out? I definitely do. Here is the blue spruce stock. Here is the bright blue stock. And, Mom, hurry up. There is the chestnut stock and the charcoal stock. Now, we're going to put them in a pot and mix them with the yarn.
Okay.
Oh.
Just start over. That's right. I edited it all out anyway.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
I am here not live with Kari Fell, and she is mixing her dyes. She already has 2 bottles of dye done, and now she's making a third. Now, she's taken some stock and squeezed it into that. Anyway, she's going over with the dye to the sink where she's adding water. Wow! She is now turning the oven on.
Stove.
And now,
Stovetop.
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 Definitely, yes.
Under the pan.
Under the pan. I knew that. And now, there's a squeeze bottle. Now, what color is this, ma'am?
They all look pretty much the same, if you see here. So, I am guessing. But I'm guessing that this one's the blue. Let's give it a squirt and see.
Okay. Now she is squirting the blue. Ooh, it is the blue. How did you guess? Now that is, what do you think this is?
We're going for blue spruce on this one.
Okay, blue
Let's
spruce.
see.
You heard her, it's blue spruce. Oh, is blue spruce green? Because if it is, I think you were right. Now, is this blue spruce?
It is.
Wow, amazing predictions. Now,
So we are adding this while the yarn is still kind of cold. So the color is spreading throughout because it hasn't had the heat to set it yet.
I knew that. And so she's stirring it up
so that it'll get to the parts of the yarn that are inside, folded up.
And there's the last bit, the greenish sprucey thingy. Oh, that was a wet one. It was a squeeze bottle. It was a squeeze bottle. I'm a
So
great
there
cook.
is acid in this water already, so that will help the dye adhere as well.
Now, does that mean that if I stick my hand in, it's gonna burn off?
No, this is citric acid, so it's food grade citric acid, and it's very safe. So it's used in canning and jams and things. So all it does is change the pH so that the dye works better. I'm going to let this sit for 5 minutes, and then we'll come back with the last two colors.
The last two colors. Stay tuned. And now she's adding the charcoal-y charcoal. And coming up is going to be the brown chestnut.
The other colors were mixed in at a light concentration. And these are dark. Remember what this is?
That is the brownish chestnut, which looks more reddish from this angle.
Yes, this is very interesting. It's one of those dye colors that looks one color out in the bottle, and then when you heat it, it becomes another.
Wow, I totally knew that.
So this one starts off looking purple. And then as soon as it hits heat.
Now I guess that's how a con artist in the Middle Ages would have gone. Oh, I sold you this purple cloak, Your Majesty. Then, 20 minutes later, this purple cloak isn't purple. It's brown, chestnut brown. Have that thief's head brought for me on a platter.
So we can leave this now for 20 minutes. Already we're starting to see that the green down here has cleared, and the water is clear. The green is in the yarn. The blue has almost cleared. There's a little bit of blue left. And the dark colors we just added are still there and gonna take a little while. So we'll leave this for 20 minutes. I'll set the timer and then we'll come back and see how it's doing.
All the dye has been soaked into the yarn, and the water is, for the most part, clear. Now, we'll leave it to bubble for another 20 minutes.
Well, it's the next morning. It was kind of late last night when we were doing the dyeing, so I just left it in the dye bath overnight to cool. And my commentator is not here this morning. He's off at drama camp. Who knew that that was his thing, hey? So water is cold. We're going to take the yarn out now, squeeze out the extra Oh, the bottom looks a lot different than the top, doesn't it? So there'll be some nice variations of lights and darks and in this. Yes, very rich colors though. Lovely. Okay, so I'm gonna squeeze out the extra water, hang it to dry, and then we'll take a look at the finished work.
Now I'm here with the finished product right here in my hand. This is probably the best dyed yarn that I've ever seen. Cut. Yowza, yowza, yowza. No, cut. The white yarn has been dyed to a lighter color, while the dark yarn has been dyed darker. Cut! This yarn is very pretty and is very pretty. And how am I supposed to compliment this, Mom? You're looking beautiful tonight, baby. Want to go for a hamburger and milkshake at Arnold's?
Okay, I think I'll take over from here. So here are the finished dyed warps. We have the light one at the bottom here, and the darker one that was dyed on gray up here. And they have turned out wonderfully. The lighter one reminds me of a beach. So I'm getting a very light summer beach day vibe out of this one. So this will be even though it's wool, it feels light and airy and cool. This one is a little deeper and a little more maybe moody is the word. Exact same dyes were used on both. We're actually even getting a little bit of a purple feel to it, which is interesting considering that no purple was actually used in this process. So it's interesting how colors react with each other and with the wool. So this is a beautiful long warp. It ended up being about 7 yards long, so it should create maybe 3 scarves on the loom easily. Or combine it with something else and create a couple of nice cozy blankets. So look for this one in my shop. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any future videos. If you'd like to support me in my work as an artist, please check out my Patreon. The link is in the description below. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I will answer them. And let me know if you'd like to see any more of Darius in my future videos. Thank you for watching.